Today we're going to make my grandmother's rosettes. So, I'm making 1.5 recipes, but normally the recipe is 2 eggs, 1 cup of milk, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1 1/4 cups of sifted flour. So, we have this all measured out, and again, I'm doing 1.5, so it's a little bit more. So I'm adding the milk in with the eggs. I already cracked the eggs. Doing the sugar, and we're doing, again, using the wrong teaspoon. It would be 2 teaspoons of sugar, but I'm doing 2.5 because I'm doing it a half more. And the salt, again, I'm doing a little bit extra of the salt. You don't have to put salt in. Salt is actually an option. So it's up to you. If you don't want salt, you don't have to put in the salt. And then we have our sifted flour. So we have this. And then we're going to mix it as soon as I get a beater. Thanks. Okay, so we're done mixing. So we're going to bring this over here. And on my table, you'll notice I set up a bunch of brown bags because this is what we're going to be putting the rosettes on. Ahead of time, I have my 1970 fryer that I got as a wedding gift, so now you know my age. And I kept this only for my rosettes. This is the only thing I use it for. I put a can of Crisco in there and I melt it. I have it set on 350 degrees.
350?
So we are going to be getting started. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is get your iron hot. This is crucial. This is like the thing that people screw up with. You want to get it hot, so you let it sit in this oil. And then once you know it's good and hot, you're going to take it out and you're going to shake it a little bit, pat it on paper towel, and then dip it in your mixture, and then quickly transfer it into the oil. So you don't want to dip this too far deep so that the top of the iron gets covered by this mixture. So let's see. I screw up too, so we'll see if I can do this without it. This is a double one. I'm only using one side right now. So again, I pulled it out, I shake it a little tiny bit, pat, dip it in, and then transfer it. Now when you transfer it, you want to use a fork maybe to get it off of the iron. But see how that went? So again, I have it in the thing. Again, pat, dip it in, and transfer it. And sometimes the transfer is real easy, like these two did. And other times you have to pry them off, so that's why you have the fork with you. Again, I'm going to shake it a little bit, pat, dip it in, and transfer. And basically you're going to want these to cook a little tiny bit so they get a little bit brown. Now this one's been in here for a little while, so I usually like turn it over so the other side gets brown too. So you let this cook for a little tiny bit. These actually got a little too wide. And they have different designs of these irons. This is the iron. This is the one my grandmother always used, so I like this one the best. So we'll let this sit a little while, and then we're going to be transferring it to the brown paper. Okay, so now that these have been done cooking a little bit, and another reason I like to turn them over is because otherwise the grease will sit in these little pockets, so you don't want that. And you want to lay them down, facing down, so the grease drips off of them. We got these. And then once these cool down a little bit, then you're going to cover them with powdered sugar. That's what the kids like the best. You put powdered sugar on there. You can also put jelly on there if you like strawberry jelly or different, jams. I'd say jam over jelly or preserves. And this goes very, very quickly. And at the very end, there's always a little batter at the bottom of the bowl that's too thin to do this with. I just pour that batter in, and it's kind of like, I forgot what they call those cakes.
Funnel cake?
Yeah, funnel cakes. That's it. My son reminded me. They're like funnel cakes, and you can put powdered sugar on those. It's pretty much the same batter, I think. So I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you have fun doing this with your grandchildren. Bye.